From your hometown news leader, this is News 4 at 5 with Kinsley Centers and Chief Meteorologist David Paul.
Tonight is Republican vice presidential nominee J.D. Vance's time in the spotlight. The junior senator from Ohio will headline night 3 of the Republican National Convention as former President Trump's VP pick. Earlier today, he made an appearance at an event in Milwaukee.
After he literally got shot, came within millimeters of losing his life in the service of this country, what did he do? I remember what I did. I was pissed. As soon as I knew he was okay, I felt relief, and then I was like, I cannot believe an assassin tried to take down the President of the United States. I was mad about it. Was he mad and angry? He called for national unity. He called for calm. He showed leadership.
For more on the convention, we're joined live from Milwaukee by News 4's White House correspondent John Decker. So, John, we just heard a bit from J.D. Vance there. What are we likely to hear from him tonight as he accepts the Republican vice presidential nomination?
Kinsley, it is such a big night for J.D. Vance. He's the headliner tonight. He is going to introduce himself to the American public. Most Americans probably do not know a lot about J.D. Vance. He's only been in the U.S. Senate for less than 2 years. He's a political neophyte. He spent the majority of his career in finance, and so he's going to talk about his life, talk about his life story. He's also going to talk about, Kinsley, his vision for America, how it is in alignment with Donald Trump's vision for America, not only in terms of domestic policy, but also in terms of foreign policy.
So, John, what's the theme of the convention today, and who else is expected to speak there?
So Harrison Vance spoke on the phone last night. Kinsley, every night, every day at the convention, a new theme. Tonight's theme, Make America Strong Once Again. So the focus here is on national security, foreign policy. There'll be a number of speakers that will talk about the ongoing conflicts in both Ukraine and Israel's war against Hamas. They'll also talk about the threat that China poses to the U.S. and how Donald Trump and J.D. Vance would confront those challenges. As far as speakers tonight, we'll hear not only from J.D. Vance, but also Doug Burgum, the Republican governor from North Dakota, Eric Trump, Donald Trump Jr., Tucker Carlson, and the most interesting one of all is Peter Navarro, the former trade advisor to Donald Trump, who literally got out of prison today. He was serving prison time for contempt of Congress. He's traveling from Florida to Milwaukee and will address delegates this evening.
Yeah, lots to definitely keep an eye on and lots to listen to tonight. So let's switch gears real quick, John. A very prominent Democrat is calling on President Biden to withdraw from the election. Who is this latest Democrat urging Biden to bow out, and how likely is that to happen?
Well, we're talking here about Congressman Adam Schiff. He's from Southern California. You may remember him. He led the effort to impeach Donald Trump when he was in office. He's running for the U.S. Senate. He will likely win that Senate seat. It's the seat formerly occupied by Senator Dianne Feinstein. He put out a statement indicating today he does not believe that Joe Biden can beat Donald Trump in the November election. He's urging President Biden to step aside, to bow out of the presidential race. President Biden, who, by the way, just tested positive for COVID, has indicated that he has no intention of stepping away, that he will be the Democratic nominee. But we're seeing every day almost a trickle in terms of Democrats calling on Joe Biden to step aside as the Democratic standard bearer in November.
Very interesting, John. Sounds like that's some breaking news with the president just now testing positive for COVID, President Joe Biden. So, John Decker, that's our time, but thanks for joining us on News 4 at 5 today. We do have a lot to cover. You can watch continued coverage of the Republican National Convention starting at 8 p.m. Central on WRGX and 9 p.m. on WTVY, immediately followed by News 4 at 10. On News 4 at 10, we'll talk live once more with our D.C. team from Milwaukee about the night's developments.